It's just going to be so hard to get off a good supernova in a fight.
I mean, VP must have talked about this hero, so I'm expecting like either the next pick or the last pick for VPR is going to be something that makes sense.
Hello, putting a lot of input into this discussion with Arzik and Ramses, who is the designated drafter, of course.
5 seconds.
We still don't have the solo hero, I believe.
The Phoenix is a hero they played in the core role as well as support role.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so we don't. Yeah, exactly. I would like to see solo play Fury in here actually.
Would it be worse as a core here against this arc?
On Phoenix? I don't think so. Like, the egg will just die. As a core, it's just not going to work out at all. Yeah, I also like the Prophet. Just win the lanes, snowball off it.
Yeah, play fast. Dazzle.
Not bad.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the Arc Warden, Dazzle. Looks like a sad matchup.
I mean, at least the defensive weave does negate some of the Arc Warden's damage in team fights.
Sure, true. I mean, and he's also very good in lane versus Ogre. Like, you just poison him and chase him around. Kind of nullifies him. So you would want to try to put the Dazzle versus the Ogre for sure.
Yeah,
and I guess
Weaver's still in the pool. Mirana's still in the pool. TB's still in the pool.
I don't think you need, like, usually those heroes are good against the egg, but you already have Arc Warden, so.
Oh,
well, they banned this hero last, or who banned it? Was it?
Secret Bandit. Yeah.
A Secret banned themselves.
Wow.
okay.
That's theoretically a Morphling counter.
Yeah. I mean, and I guess it does well mid lane versus Morphling, I'm guessing. You can kind of man fight him.
First pro chuckling, I think, is the best description of that after seeing that OD pick.
No, this must be like a team secret thing. Like, they're like, yeah, this hero actually works versus Morphling.
Yeah. Virtus Pro not so sure about that though.
I don't know. I can't believe they're laughing. Like, what's wrong with them?
Maybe they were laughing at something completely different, but it was timing.
VP often having
they
some
do.
fun during drafts.
Yes, indeed they do.
Peel voice.
Although if you believe no one, he's just sat there listening to music right now. And at some point they'll tell him, hey, you're playing Morph or Lena or something. He'll go, okay. And then he'll go jump in the game.
You mean no one?
Yeah.
I think usually, like, he's pretty whiny about the draft. He usually, if he doesn't get his hero...
I did say according to him. That didn't mean I believed him when he told me that.
So what are the mids you want to pick against OD typically?
I want to see Tinker. The laser for the egg, and then just obnoxious spam. Pick something that you feel like you
Haven't we seen the Tinker against the Arc Warden?
And it looked good. It looked good. They lost. It was OD game 2. I think they just played it badly.
Yeah.
The game was very sloppy from them, but the hero did look promising.
Is there any way you can pick, like, Storm?
My goodness,
Are you leaving right now, man?
Henrik, are you alright? Do you need some attention, medical attention?
What?
I mean, like, the thing is, technically it's supposed to be good, right? Versus Phoenix, Dazzle, and Morphling. Even versus Center is not bad.
I mean, for VP.
Oh, for VP.
Yeah, he's talking about Storm against the Arc Warden.
Yeah, because you just jumped Arc Warden.
Yeah.
But is there a more garbage hero at this event?
Storm's been that bad.
Wasn't it last series? Did it lose or win?
Less than 20% win rate.
I think that win rate's a bit misleading.
It's a little
The hero is good.
It's lost every time we've covered it.
It has.
On this.
No, I mean, because that was an old counter versus Arc Warden.
Yes.
Like, I don't know, like, I guess he just used to do better in lane.
Has been used against Arc Warden.
Yeah,
didn't look very good either.
No, because you're supposed to, like, start chasing him when he goes jungle and you kill him. But I don't know, it hasn't been working out.
They've got a great Storm player though.
Yeah, well, last time he played Storm against Alliance, he lost.
Yeah. That was about it.
Okay.
Team Secrets, turn to pick.
Oh, Broodmother.
That we haven't seen on the main stage yet, I believe.
Probably a good man, though.
22%.
22%. I lied. My bad. I thought it was 20.
22 is a lot better. Let's go Soul Man.
2 wins from the 9 games that it's played.
If they lose with it, then it outgoes to 20%.
Yes, it does. Good maths.
Quick math.
Yes.
Very quick.
Australian maths.
Yeah, not too bad there.
5 seconds remaining.
All right, let's go.
No secret. They want the Zai hero here. Unless they do the core Ogre, which doesn't seem amazing this game. I think he's puppy playing.
Yeah, it feels like they're falling off. Just pick something tanky for him.
Weaver's still free.
Can they still just go for Bristol or something? It's not that good against Centaur, I guess.
Oh,
Pangolier?
Pango. Do you know this was also talked about as a possible counter, I think, earlier on in the tournament?
To Arcwood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always the lane though, and
Like,
I feel kind of
yeah.
scared for him this game too versus Morphling.
But his lanes are bad in regardless, aren't
versus
they?
Dazzle as well. The right clicks is just going to destroy him. I think if you're Secret, you have to maybe dodge some of these lanes a little bit.
Four-man it up.
I don't know what you want to put this. Like the Pango is definitely not picked for the lane. Like they're probably going to do the same thing as last game, as pulling creeps with the Rubik and farming behind the tower. Yeah. That's what I'm assuming.
Because I think if you're VP, you see this, you're like, Morphling's going safe lane. Morphling Dazzle safe lane's complete free farm right now.
Yeah, it's just the way they always play with Sai. I don't feel like they really care about his lane. Just give him team fight items, give him tanky, and he'll just roll around, creating space.
So the OD counters mid typically is heroes like that outrange him a bit, like the Lena's a bit, the Sniper used to be played against, but these are heroes that aren't great against the bubble of our board maybe.
No, I still want to see Tinker. I just want to see Tinker.
Yeah.
It's the most promising for me.
No one liked to play.
I don't know, he played a lot of Pugna, but I don't like that at all for no one. I don't feel like it's a no one hero.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like game winning.
I don't know, how do you counter our Gordon? No one knows, so good luck with the last pick.
Call your hero.
What else have we got that we theory crafted over the last few days? What's left?
No, it's like
apart from the Tinker, Timbersaw.
It's like the Storm and Ember, but you
Storm
don't.
and Ember,
The lane can be hard. Okay.
And they get Pugna.
You get the bluff, so you don't have to worry about the bubble when you're pushing.
But it has been tried.
Everything's being tried.
Yeah.
It feels like our Gordons keep winning, but some things, even in losing, look good against our board.
Well, if anyone can do it, it's Virtus Pro, isn't it?
Yeah.
If anyone can break it.
Okay.
But that's the question. Can they break it? Henrik,
Yeah.
we will start with you.
Just based on how Secret played last game and they got Arc Warden, it feels like a pretty easy bet to go on Secret, honestly.
Is this the famous Henrik curse?
No,
Okay.
I got all right so far.
Are you 100%
Yeah.
all the way through the tournament?
Yeah, no, only here on
Weird,
the...
because Kyle's like 0% all the way through.
Yeah, well, it's Kyle.
The NAE reverse going on here.
Bulldog goes for Secret. Pile die.
I mean, Ramses is definitely going to be extremely farmed this game. But I just don't want to bet against Arc Warden. I think Secret can play their game this game. They're just going to sit back, farm up, and win eventually. That's how I see it going. Secret for show.
Okay. Gods?
I got to feel that if VP's going to win again, it's this one. They've got the lane dominance that is classic VP. They should be able to crush the Pango lane. The Pugna should have a good time mid. They've got a Phoenix as a core. That's a strong laning hero. I think VP is a team that wins games when they can win 2 out of 3 lanes, sometimes 3, and this is it. So VP for game 2. I believe we can get a game 3.
Right, okay. Well, I'm kind of hoping I'm along with you as well. Is Gods right? Or are the other boys right? Let's find out as we head over to our commentary team. Gents, game number 2, all on the line for Virtus Pro. Not about elimination, of course, but just to reach that grand final. What do you make of that draft? Very interesting.
I don't know. I think Secret has this crazy late game lineup. When the chaos breaks out, it's hard not to be confident for Team Secret, but curious what you think here, Trent.
5 heroes to pick up against an Arc Warden. I feel like, come on, this has got to be it, right?
We've
You
run
had
out of
5 heroes. Surely this is the time. I believe in Virtus Pro. We're getting game 3.
All right, good luck.
Thank you so much, Paul. I mean, the Pugna last pick seemed like one of the perfect choices for VP here, though, Trent. If there was ever a hero, it had to be the Pugna, right?
A lot of discussion around the heroes so far this week with all these Arc Warden games. The idea of just not letting yourself be delayed at that high ground or even tier 2s. Use that Nether Blast to push yourself forward, gain that momentum. And one thing that I really like is that this idea of trying to chase the Arc Warden when he's trying to get this Midas. Like, again, this was a first pick Arc Warden. So you know what this guy's doing. You have 5 heroes to try and counter that. So try and find him when he's getting this Midas done. And I think this core Phoenix should be able to help do that.
As we're seeing our player introductions here, VP has already countered one of the observers that Secret put down at that top bounty rune on the dire side of the map. So victory for VP out of the gate as these initial runes come out.
The battle
Also going to be a tough game for this Dazzle. It's been a go-to pick for solo a lot of this tournament, but OD, one of the absolute best heroes to counter that shallow grave outside of Axe, of course. You pop it, you put him inside the Astral, you get that guaranteed damage. If you time it right, it's going to be a kill every single time.
Yeah, very little recourse when you come back out of that too, and maybe perhaps there'll be a raindrop save or something, but there's not a whole lot you can do, so Steve Solo can have that impact. On top of that, he also has to worry about this hero that's so good at crashing into those fights of the Pangolier. Someone that was highlighted pretty heavily at Dream League, the minor leading teams here to Kuala Lumpur. But not a lot of success here so far for the old Pango. But we talked about counters in the mid lane to the OD. They're few and far between these days. The Sniper was mentioned, of course, as well as the Lina. You're talking about outranging, but this idea of, well, there's the bubbles that you have to play against. So I really like this choice in the Pugna for even the laning stage too.
Pasha taking a lot of harassment up here in the top lane, as we can see by our beautiful split screen. The level 1 Phoenix very low on armor, and Puppey continuing to be the big bad bully that you would expect out of an Ogre Magi. Even in that bottom lane, Zai also taking a lot of damage. 3 mangoes, a couple of tangos. He's ready for the harassment, but has not been easy as this lane gets started. Yapzor forced into a telekinesis as Solo drops the poison.
Yeah, and this is definitely when Virtus.pro have looked at their best. When Solo's playing this Dazzle and just doing such a good job of harassing out here in that laning stage, but you can see up top now, Roger going to find himself.
Is this a first blood? Pasha in some trouble. That's an easy one. Nisha gets the bonus gold, but
yeah, I mean, you gotta love the way Puppey's played these 2 games. First he starts with the Voodoo Restoration level 1 on the Witch Doctor. Now he just starts with Bloodlust. He's just punching. It's that simple, and helps to bring down the kill.
Wow. Don't see that Bloodlust level 1 too often, but pays some dividends in this one.
Both teams just kind of manipulating the creep waves here on the side lanes, while the mid lane, it's still that classic showdown, 7-3 to 5-2. No one really popping off here.
Not quite yet. Slight advantage for the Pugna. We'll see how it goes once a few more levels come out. Early rune spawn. It's going to be Puppey that picks it up. It's an invisibility now on this Ogre.
Yeah, not the easiest hero to make work, but he has the skill point here, so he can take the Fire Blast, and no one is really deep.
Here's the wraparound. He went up to the high ground. Puppey with the body block. He's got the stun to start things off.
There's no Astral, though. Midone had already used it, so that's okay. Puppey will leave, and he's going to bring us back to a very classic combo. Back in the old days, when OD was picked, you always wanted some sort of an attack speed buff. Some games, it was the Beastmaster with the Inner Beast, just to increase his speed that he'd have with the Arcane Orbs. And the Bloodlust was also a very common one from the Ogre Magi. It was actually one of the few times you'd even see him picked.
Yeah, that pressure, though, did force a TP from Solo. It ended up getting canceled, but a little bit of wasted gold, and of course does get that TP on cooldown.
Absolutely harassing back and forth. We'll give him a little bit of cliff work there. Very nice. Yeah,
cute little play. And the aggressive tip for
I was going to say, you're supposed to wait till you get the tip back on that play. I feel like.
That's not right.
That's just a little bit rude.
Up top now, Pasha continuing to take so much harassment in this lane. The Ogre Arc Warden, not a lane duo you normally think of, but boy, do they know how to bully.
Yeah, at least now they can use the Tower Armor aura to try and delay some of this constant harassment of the Bloodlust versus your very low armor on the Phoenix.
You like the core Phoenix this game? Pasha struggling to find last hits in the lane.
I think because there's a decent enough amount of heroes to like kind of hit the egg, especially between just like the Arc Warden and his clone. It makes more sense to be core.
Well, they'll jump aggressively onto Nisha. Pretty good burst damage. Now the TP home. It's going to be close. Nisha barely makes it. 50 damage.
The first shallow grave of the game will go to Puppey and not Solo. He makes the big save on that TP out. And he even stays in the lane. Nisha not pressured all the way back home. Uses the salve, puts everything in his stash or on the ground. He's all good. But I think what I like about the faster levels on the Phoenix is that should be the hero to help hunt into the jungle, right? I want similar levels in the Centaur and the Phoenix so they can just keep track of Nisha, get all that vision down and harass him constantly.
Well, speaking of the Centaur, Roger walks up to the high ground, does get a stomp on the Puppey, but he's taking a lot of damage. Nisha likewise, also getting pressured pretty hard. Low on HP, doubles back the other way, and now the rotation, telekinesis slows down Pasha. He's out of cooldowns and he's out of HP as well. That's another one for Secret. Roger hiding in the trees, might be able to make it away. He doubles back, and Yapzor does
He's
find
him. He's out of tangos. They might be able to find the body blocks here.
He gets a stun on 2, gets the kill on Nisha before he falls. Misplay from the Arc Warden.
Well, sometimes greed is good, but not there. However, on the opposite side, Ramses will find himself a kill onto the Pangolier too. So 2 tough core losses there for Team Secret.
And big stuff for VP. It's 2-3, but the net worth has swung in their favor.
Oh, but after all that battling, it's 5 minutes, and Yapsor's going to win the fight to the bounty rune. Telekinesis Roger, he almost finds the cliff, but he will escape with the low ground.
Seems like it'll be Secret with 3 of the bounty runes. Is now more initiation onto Pasha. Puppey in trouble. Roger looking for the double edge. He connects, but needs one more.
Oh, he's got the tangos to cut through.
This Ogre's tanky. He's regenning. He's got the magic stick, but another double edge will find the kill.
Nice use of the ward there to make sure that he doesn't get juked by the Ogre because of the tangos. One very irritating part of laning against a Pangolier, though, Solo will find, is that he can always pull the waves like this.
It's a proper tri-lane for Secret, though, and now Puppey will rotate back into the lane. Roger,
Solo up top.
He's going to be initiated on and finished off now into the bottom. It's Zai making it into the trees. Solo will not be able to pursue to find the kill. Scan used by the Radiant there to see if they could find Zai, but they won't be so lucky. Now back up top, it's Pasha, slowed down by Puppey, not going to dive the tower, but continuing to repel this Phoenix.
And Yapsor secures the top bounty roll, denied that way from no one. Much needed rune there. Sorry, rather not bounty, but illusion. But just make sure that the bottle won't be used there from no one, who is dominating this lane at the moment. 36-13 to the 22-6 of mid one. Having a bit of a rougher time this match.
Certainly still some room to recover. We'll see now another rotation from Virtus Pro.
They start to put the pressure onto no one, though, dropping that ward in behind. They want to create some sort of a wraparound play there soon enough.
14 denies on that Pugna. Man, that hurts.
Down bottom, Zai will even hop right into the 2 of them, but Ramsey sees that as a good opportunity to push forward.
Able to swashbuckle back, trying to eat his way through the trees. Solo's already used the poison. It's going to get the reset, and Zai will tick down.
That was so greedy to go for that shield crash. And now Yapsor is coming to try and pull the creeps off the tower, but that catapult is still there. And Pasha, as you can see, very low top. Oh!
And he lives.
Casual single digits, you know.
5 HP on the bird.
Yapsor is successful, though. He grabbed that wave, pulled it all the way around. Goes down.
Now mid one. He's going to find himself in a precarious situation, able to survive through the life drain. Yapsor now making the rotation. But look at this sneaky Shadow Priest. It's Solo. They want this OD dead.
Man, Yapsor just feels like he's everywhere right now. He bought enough time for Zai to still get back to a tower that is standing, so he'll keep his attention mid.
Rotations from both sides. They're going to go in onto the Dazzle now. Solo with a very aggressive build. Does not have a point in Shallow Grave despite being level 4. Puppey rotates in, sets it up with the stun. Mid one might have been able to find the kill there, but is forced back, and instead it's Puppey that falls as Roger comes in with the damage.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Up top, Pasha. Oh, another very close call. 15 HP and he'll live.
Jesus, Tranquilus Phoenix is having a hard time. Courier will survive, 33 HP.
All of these lanes erupting right now. Ramses behind the Dire Tier 1 tower in the bottom lane.
Oh, what a build coming out from Ramses too. A Helm of the Dominator early on, maybe to help out his Dazzle with that poison.
Very surprising. Zai eats a mango, looking to pursue onto Ramses, but they won't have the damage.
These are just value items. I thought that Courier Hood items. We're good. There's no way. We're just value pointing. As cool as that would be, there's no way this is Helm Morph. I refuse to believe it. Back up top, though, only level 4 on Pasha, so Roger's still shadowing him.
Virtus Pro finding the advantage in this laning phase, but they haven't pulled away quite yet. 2 cores at the top of the net worth chart, though. They've got to be pretty happy about this one. Nisha also level 6 now. The Tempest double comes out. Immediately Pasha runs back, but Ignite, some of those spark rates are down, and this Phoenix in a lot of trouble. Already used the Icarus dive, and instead they turn on to Roger. Even Yapsor making the rotation. Telekinesis to pull him back, and this Centaur should be done for. The Phoenix, however, will be able to TP out in the tree line.
Unfortunately, this is not 7.20, so it will not be the Helm Morph. But yeah, Zai now going down to no one in the mid lane. I mean, the OD leaves, and then you just come in and give no one a kill. So that's going to be a tower as well by the looks of it. There's no glyph currently available. I don't see any signs of him stopping.
Things not feeling great for Secret in this laning phase. Right now, Yapsor's Rubik is their second highest on net worth, actually ahead of the OD right now. Pangolier at the bottom of the charts.
They come in and refill the bottle for no one here too with a TP from Roger. 2 heroes. Doesn't look like they can stop this though, even backed up by the Nether Ward now too.
Easy tower kill mid.
And they're finding those answers. And Nisha not even that close to the first Necronomicon either, so not the stellar stat that a lot of our Arc Wards have been having.
Mid one getting repelled in the bottom lane. Roger wrapping around, but Yapzor again in the right position to try to intercept this gank. Banish onto Ramses will keep the OD all right.
Brother, where are you?
I'll say this side lane, the off lane not going too well for Virtus Pro overall, right? Like, you got two heroes just stuck at level 4, Pasha just cracks 5, but this safe lane, of course, you can see, very nice. The quick rotation from the Pug, that's exactly what we want out of the hero, and they already have a high ground ward here too, so they can be considering a fight here if Secret are bold enough to try and drive them back.
Puppey does have an invisibility rune right now. Maybe looking to wrap around the backside as Ramses and no one put a lot of damage into this tier 2 tower down bottom.
Oh, they're trying to bait this out here if no one goes too deep.
Telekinesis, they'll pull him back in, but it goes back the other way on the mid one. He falls first. Nisha now making the rotation. No one actually going to stay standing as Solo heals him up, and they'll bring down Nisha. 2 down on the side of Secret. Can they get anything out of this? Zai now joining the party, trying to finish off this Pugna, but he's still alive.
5. He doesn't have the Rolling Thunder. He can't contribute.
Oh, this Pango has been crippled so much, and now Puppey's going to be left up on the high ground. Ramses jumps forward, and they'll find yet another. This laning phase rapidly deteriorating for Team Secret.
Where'd the tome go? I mean, this Pango level 5, I don't know if Yapzor took it or what, but that's pretty brutal.
It's very brutal. And look at this build from Solo, level 6, no point in Shallow Grave. This is so atypical, speaking to the confidence of VP in this laning phase.
Yeah, just not really needed as well, I think. Just like the, again, with the OD too. He's maxing up into that Astral, so got some extra range on there. Zai at least having that Rolling Thunder now. They could think about an option here now. They're going to go for it. So 1 and times it very well for the second stun. Maybe a third, but won't quite reach there.
Fire blast. It's going to be a dead Roger, it looks like. 3-on-1. No, nothing for the Centaur to do. And a little sign of life for Secret.
Oh, a haste rune to fight over here in the bottom lane. As Puppey will put the ward down, but no one will snag it first for the bottle.
This OD is just so poor right now. Mid one in poverty mode. Brown boots, magic wand, null talisman. He's down there with the supports in terms of net worth.
He's got gloves coming. All right,
okay.
Something here.
All right.
But this haste
got
rune
some treads
on no one. This makes this defense so difficult. 30 more seconds till the Rolling Thunder is up. Maybe needing some vision here from Puppey if they feel like this fight is going to be forced from Virtus Pro. Ramses no more available. They're going to grab him.
He's pretty far forward. He just gets destroyed. Yapzor finds the kill.
All right, well, maybe you were right about the grave. 6 XP away from level 7. I'm thinking he wishes he had it.
Yeah, would have been a tough grave to get off either way. That Morphling died in the blink of an eye. Not even a Sanity's Eclipse skilled up yet from mid one. So much burst damage.
Yeah, hitting level 9, so he will grab it now. Tends to be the moment we see it. Although we don't get to see this hero all too often anymore, but in the meanwhile, with all these engagements and fights, currently 3 kills, 2 deaths, and 2 assists for Nisha, he has found himself the Necronomicon. That means his power is going to drastically increase as he looks towards that likely Midas here, as that's been kind of the standard build here.
Down bottom, OD is going to be in a lot of trouble. No one sets it up.
It's that haste rune coming into work.
Yapzor is nearby, but they're still going to finish him off. A stray Q will grab him, but now the Rolling Thunder, they want this Dazzle, and they'll make it a 1-for-1. Not the ideal trade, losing your mid for a support, but it's a kill nonetheless. Now up top, Puppey gets repelled by Roger as Ramses lays into that tier 1 tower. Looks like it'll go down uncontested.
Is under attack. Dire structures are
Done a good job of stalling out here for a little while Secret. Like, I feel like they could actually be snowballing even further from Virtus Pro, but obviously a 6K lead is still rather terrifying, and although they stalled the bottom lane, they didn't stop the top lane. So you can see it's dipping a bit, but it's still a very difficult time to come back from right now as Team Secret. Or Dota Plus likely not feeling too great about this one at the moment.
I mean, right now, Virtus Pro basically have 4 cores. That Centaur is farming very well.
Oh, that's some close odds, right?
90-10. No faith from Dota Plus.
I mean, it hasn't been wrong yet today, right?
Not today, but you never know. Initiation onto Roger. He does have some friends nearby, but they might not be able to get in here in time to save him. Stampede used defensively. Roger will save himself.
This is a smoke play for sure.
Yeah, bottom lane, Solo going to be caught by Nisha. Still no shallow grave. He actually went for that 4th point in poison. This is one aggressive dazzle shot.
I tell you, very much so. And well, Pasha not very aggressive as he went for that Midas first there on the Phoenix. He starts to scout up here to the high ground, but instantly into the Rolling Thunder.
Zai able to turn around, big damage onto Ramses. This could be another kill on the Morphling. Sanity's eclipsed. Not quite enough as now the Phoenix Egg comes out. They turn the other way. Mid one falls. Yaps are on the run looking for the shrine. On the other side, Puppey gets picked, and I think this Rubik is also destined
got the
to fall.
Strength though. It's keeping him alive.
It's a nice pick from Yapsor. It's a cute play. It buys him some time. He makes it up to the high ground. No way. He falls.
It is still a great steal when you're playing this Rubik. You permanently get to keep that HP, but...
Zai dove under tower. Ramses hungry for more blood. No one gets Nisha on the other side. Zai will stay alive in the trees.
Great execution there from Zai. It's pretty tough to find those little jumps there on the Shieldcraft sometimes, but...
A massive lead for Virtus Pro right now. Roger may be left behind. This could be a freebie for mid one. No Stampede, and those orbs are going to be a little too much. Still an 8K net worth favor.
Yeah, you can see Roger picks the high ground. He's not quite right. There is a ward in one of those spots, so yeah, he's starting to pick the locations. Let's see if they can find it on their way back in there.
Pasha has really recovered, though. This Phoenix had such a rough laning phase. He's got the Handomitis and already another 1,200 gold.
Oh, Puppey goes in for a DD run here. Now turns back towards no one. He knows he's to get the stun off. Will that keep him alive? Those questions. Nisha will come for the backup. So nice play from Puppey. Does not panic and simply die by trying to walk away.
Knowing his limits on the Ogre. Ramsey's going for the Lincoln Sphere. Actually just got enough gold for the recipe.
Oh man, this is such a good Shiva's game for Pasha too. Looks incredible with how much gold he's getting. We'll eventually go, finally go back for those Tranquil Boots though without that Midas. But another crash.
Thunder.
Doesn't connect there.
Breaks the smoke from Roger. Zai going in pretty deep. Pretty isolated right now. Needs to be careful. Is in the back line. Roger finds 2 with a stomp. Puppey the one that's going to be in trouble. Zai's already gone down. The poison touch will hit the Ogre.
Man. Roger, he even gets the tower. 2 heroes in the midst of it, and that forces a buyback on Puppey. He wants to save this tier 3 from the harass here.
He'll be successful in that endeavor. Now a 5-figure lead for VP as they continue to rack up the kills.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Some vision control also going the way of Solo. This Centaur has had such an impact though. Roger 1, 5, and 4. You don't see it in the KDA, but some key stomps, and now with that Blink Dagger, he does feel like a core after all.
Yeah, he is very mobile heroes on his team. Like, having the Stampede is so sick just for initiating the rest of your teammates. Because you can buy this Blink first, and the Naked Blink is obviously kind of scary on a core Centaur, but when you have these other heroes that are farming so well, you just Stampede them in to join up with you when you go maybe a little bit too deep, but also the mobility of the waveform, the general move speed of a Pugna. It's been working out very well for them so far. And they just want to close out these last 2 tier 2s. Just such a simple task for a Pugna when you have this big lead. And if you're looking for these turnaround plays from Team Secret, they're just not that easy to execute. It pretty much comes down to just Zai, and he's gone for this slightly greedier build of opting for that first Javelin, so he's got the damage and increase his farm speed, but he needs that Blink Dagger to take these big fights.
Mid one could be in trouble. Force Staff just delivered, but Roger still connects with the stun and the damage. Gets off a defensive Astral, that'll buy him some time. Support on the way as Roger uses a defensive Stampede. Rolling Thunder from Zai on the other side. Looks like the Centaur gets left behind. Stolen Stampede from the Rubik. They give him a taste of his own medicine. But Zai, he gets destroyed. Mid one also falls to Roger. 3 down on Secret.
He's in the middle of 3 heroes, and he still finds mid one in the back lines.
This Centaur is just too big to deal with. 1,700 HP. They straight up did not have the damage.
That's an absolutely unbelievable play right now. And that's going to put them right in this tier 2 in the mid lane. This Pugna, just these heroes that can accelerate your lead, they are the heroes that are really killing at the major. This Arc Ward, well, he certainly hasn't looked like a lot of his friends in this tournament.
No, and right now he is the saving grace for Secret. He's still got an okay amount of farm, but everyone else in absolute poverty mode. OD not doing much damage. And even though the net worth on Arc Warden looks good, a lot of it's invested in that Handomitis. His right clicks still don't hurt that much.
No, and then you kind of wonder who's going to win these mid-game fights for you. And again, you have to look towards Zai, but he's just so poor.
Tier 2 up top falls. That's the last of the outer towers for Team Secret. They have not killed a single tower themselves.
And it doesn't look like it's coming anytime soon. I mean, they've barely done like 300 structure damage at this point. even a hood now picked up here too. Looks like for our Centaur Warrunner. So they're just getting beefier. And they'll head right into the pit once again. Well, I mean, Secret know this story all too well. That morph can take it very quickly, even without a lot of your minus armor options.
Certainly does not feel risky for Virtus Pro. You get all the map objectives. Now you take the Roche. Get that second life on your Morphling, who's also got the Lincolns and another ultimate orb on top of that. Ramses is feeling very good right now. Also, the Dagon is up on no one.
Yeah. You think about how you get back in this game too, and it's like they overextend from Virtus Pro. But Apugna is one of the best heroes to stop you from overextending. You can play so cautiously. You force the initiation from the side of Team Secret. And again, that has to be Zai. It has to be the Blink Dagger. And they're trying to give him this space in the bottom lane to make for it. But it's still a ways away.
BP with the right idea, though. They're going to keep this a high-octane game. They know how big their lead is, and they want to continue to put on pressure. Pugna from the low ground, spamming out the Nether Blast. Even a siege creep here. He'll keep it alive with the Decret. That's cute. So hard to deal with this damage. It's already at half HP on the tower.
I think they needed Zai cutting waves here, too. That was pretty much their only hope. And he didn't grab this one, so no stopping them.
Ramsey's able to play very forward here. The tier 3 just about to fall, and down it goes. That will open up shrines, and now sure damage onto the ranged barracks. Defensive waveform back. Secret also playing this very cautiously here. Smoke wraparound potential. Puppey gets revealed, goes for the stun onto Pasha. Rolling Thunder from Zai.
It's so slow.
They just can't find the initiation, and now the other way, Yapzor gets jumped on. Roger takes some damage, but Secret are all feeling low as Puppey gets isolated outside of the base. Pasha does not get off the Supernova, but Ramses jumps in, finds the Arc Warden, turns into the Ogre, and gets hungry for more. Mid one gets off the Sanity's Eclipse before he falls, but it just tickles. It's not enough as a triple kill for Ramses is secured, and now the exposed barracks take heavy damage.
It's just not quite bright enough in this one. Ramses toying with them. Trying to get off maybe another Bloodlust or something there, but a little low. Still has his Aegis.
Still has the Aegis indeed. He jumps forward, maybe happy to throw his life away, but Solo's got his back with the heals. Puppey's bought back. He's gotten into the fray.
Trying to use this clone to push them back, but everyone, they're still up. I mean, they lose their Phoenix, but no one just keeps throwing out blasts.
Secret do manage to hang on to this melee barracks. VP running low on resources. Ramsey's not going to throw the Aegis away yet.
If Pasha was still alive, they could just kind of earn up and go back for this. But with him being down, it will likely force them back here. So they won't be too successful there on that melee racks, but they've got plenty of items to go for now with the tier 3 being down, gold flowing into the coffers.
Puppey actually didn't buy back there. His was still on cooldown from the previous buyback. But OD and Arc Warden did indeed deploy theirs, as now we see the 98% win probability.
Now 3%, that did happen. I think we had a 1% earlier in the tournament, so yeah, 2. It's not out of the realm of possibility. I think it is in this game. I don't see the heroes that can make it happen, but
it definitely feels like it's in the hands of Virtus Pro to throw right now. Secret just desperately trying to find any semblance of farm.
It's a spooky Dagon.
No one. He's going to pop forward. The Force Staff saves the OD. I mean, when your OD is going Force Staff Glimmer Cape, you know you're in big trouble.
Yeah, that is a fair point. I think the Shiva's guy too, if they can just get that on Pasha, it just feels absolutely brutal this game.
He's got the gold for it.
Arc Warden, OD, they just can't stand that at him, especially when you're up in their face and you're getting that egg off too.
Well, the assault continues. 1.5 minutes until the Aegis is reclaimed, and now a full Eye of Scotty completed on Ramses. No glyph, but the magnetic field will slow down the siege. Again, Secret looking for a creative angle to try to initiate. Ramses, he turns into the Arc Warden. It's Arc Warden on Arc Warden action, but one of them's going to come back to life if he falls. Or he'll just morph back to full HP. That works too.
And now with the Sunray too, keeping him up and going. Trying to land that damage. He's got to get into that bubble. He wants to hit him, but he's in there.
They're going to jump in. They want Nisha. They'll bring him low, but he's still standing.
Look at that egg right on top of his face, and down he goes.
Beautifully done by Pasha. 2 dead for Secret. No buybacks. The Supernova secures the stun onto Pangolier, and that's now 3 in the grave.
Yeah, Zai took a wrong turn.
GG from Secret as VP dominate game number 2. 24-minute victory. Never a moment when Secret had control of this game, Trent.
Finally, the greed of the Arc Warden is punished. All it took was 5 counter picks to get an answer. Virtus Pro, excellent choice in the last pick of the Pugna. I feel like that just set the entire pace for that match. and they were never slowed down.
Absolutely. No doubt in my mind that that was the perfect pick, and I think no one feels confident as well. 8-0 and 12 on that mid laner, doing so much damage, both the heroes and structures. It just felt like Secret never had a chance.
Not only that, but he absolutely dominated the laning phase too.
Yeah.
Like no one came out there completely firing, which is so important on Pugna because the second he took that tier 1 of the mid lane, he instantly moved to the safe lane. Took that. He's forcing all these heroes down there from Secret, and you saw just how poor everyone was. That first big fight where